Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be a really quick tutorial on how I achieve my perfect eyebrows. I did film this previously and I actually did post it, but to be honest, it really just wasn't how I thought it should be. I take my brows very serious and I really wanted to have a tutorial that would help people know exactly how to achieve it, like step by step. So if you like the way I do my brows and you want to kind of see some new techniques to help you, then you can keep on watching. Alright, so we're going to jump right in. The first thing I'm going to do is take a little cotton round and I'm going to put some witch hazel on it. I do this because I think it's easier for me to work with a completely dry brow. When I have moisturizer or anything on my face, when I do my eyebrows, it just makes it very slippery and it kind of affects the way it comes out. Lots of smudging and annoying. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to go in with my NYC brow pencil, and then I'm also going to take my spoolie. I'm just going to groom my brows really quickly just to make sure that the hairs are lying flat in the way that I need them to begin. Then I'm going to take that brow pencil and I'm just going to outline the bottom of my brow. I do this very lightly because I don't want to have any harsh line. My brows are pretty, I don't want to say thick, but I do have a good amount of hair on the bottom part, so I just like to work with what I have and just trace it, not so much create a whole different outline. So now, just like how I outlined the bottom portion of my brow, I'm going to do the same thing to the top portion of my brow using an even lighter feathering technique and extending the tail. Now I'm going to grab my NYC Brow Kit in brunette, and also I'm going to grab a angled eyeliner brush, but I use this as my eyebrow brush. And I'm going to just feather in that color very lightly. Towards the end of my brow, towards the tail, I actually it doesn't really matter how dark it is just because that's where the hair is very sparse. But towards the beginning of the brow, you do want to have a lighter hand. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that same eyebrow pencil we used, and sometimes when I'm filling in my brows, I do tend to knock off what I did in the beginning, which was, to outline my brows. So I just like to go back in and correct that. Then I'm going to grab my spoolie and just brush through my whole brow that I have right now. Sometimes when you're doing your eyebrows, things do tend to get a bit choppy, but if you continuously, your spoolie is your best friend. Just continue to blend, 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 just like with your eyeshadow. Just continue to blend the hairs together so you can have the most perfect brow. Now I'm going to go in with this Coastal Scents brush, and it's so funny because this brush is actually used for smudging out your lower lash line, but oh my gosh, I've had it for years and it works so perfectly carving out the bottom of your brows. And then of course I'm going to use my EYEBROW Pro Conceal in medium beige, and I'm going to just slowly work that on the bottom part of my brow. Just going to cover up anything that I may have done in the beginning. It's okay if in the beginning, when you're filling in your brows, you do make a few mistakes, because that's what this step here is for. Just to make sure that you have a nice clean brow on the bottom. It makes a whole world of a difference. So I usually repeat this step twice, carving out the bottom of my brows with the concealer, just because I really do like that light underbrow. It looks really nice, very sharp, very clean, and I do like that. On the top, I don't think it has to be as perfect, but just on the bottom it just looks really nice because it also helps with your eyeshadow and it just ties in any look. So now I'm going to grab another EYEBROW concealer, and I forgot to show the shade, but this is in Warm Honey, and I'm going to use this to carve out the top of my brows. I like to use a darker shade just because I don't want to have too much of that halo white cast over my brows, because sometimes if you're taking pictures, or even if you're in certain lighting, that will pick up and it will look just a little wonky. So I just like to have something that's a little bit, not perfectly close to my skin tone, but just a little bit closer to where you don't see it as much. So similar to what I did on the bottom, I'm going to go again on the top and just go over this. I do go over this a few times just because I like to have that perfect rounded brow at the top. My eyebrow goes through phases. It's kind of like weather. So I don't always stick to one brow shape, but for some reason I'm really liking this rounded brow because it has a little bit of character. It's not completely rounded. It has a little bit of a angled tail at the end, but I just like to round it at the top because I have a round face and I just feel like it frames my face. You can also look, there are charts for the eyebrow shapes to match your face. Then again, they're your brows, so you could choose to do what you want to do. But if you're looking for something a little more flattering or wondering why your eyebrows aren't coming out perfectly, maybe you can look at an eyebrow chart and that could help you. So once I'm done with that, carving up my brows and smudging it out, I'm going back in with my handy dandy spoolie and just combing all the brows together. I'm like a freak when it comes to my brows. I just feel like they frame your face and they're very flattering, so I have to make them look perfect, and oh, don't they? No, I'm sorry. When you get to a brow shape that you're really comfortable with, it's just everything. So once that's done, I'm going to grab my tweezers, and then what I like to do is I like to tweeze any hairs around my brows when my brows are completely filled in, because I feel like if I tweeze my naked brow, I will just continue to go until I don't stop. I actually did learn this trick on YouTube, and it just helps really well. If you just continue to fill in your brows but you like them and then just tweeze around them, it will really help you from completely balding on your eyebrows. Alright guys, so that's the end of this tutorial. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that you guys learned something that can help you achieve your perfect brows. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you did enjoy this tutorial, and I'll catch you in the next one. Alright, bye guys.